late teens, early 20s crisis of what am I doing with my life? My whole world was falling apart. Didn't even know who I was anymore. Also funny as fuck. If you were to wake up tomorrow, you are your dream girl, you have your dream body, you have your dream job. Romanticize your life a little bit. Your dream body, you can do it. You decide who you want to be, no one else. Forgive yourself when you're not as on top of things as you want to be. Does that mean it's acceptable? No. It doesn't matter if you're motivated or not. Physically, I can do this. Staying consistent is the only way to success. Oh, Otto! Otto's actually pretty decently behaved with me sometimes.
No, I think you've scared him.
Good, finally. You need to be scared. Oh, he's licking off my makeup. Okay, I do love you actually, but you can't give me any kisses whilst I'm filming. Obviously, I have to have a little sit-down filming snack. We have a delicious chili chocolate mocha with a double espresso shot. And a bowl filled to the brim with blueberries. And then I sprinkled some macadamia nuts on top. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an advice video. I haven't done one of these in so long, and I've always done advice videos on my YouTube for years, since the beginning, and they're one of my favorite types of videos to film because it also motivates me. I feel like I'm good at giving advice. I've always been great at giving advice. Am I great at sticking to my own advice all the time? I'm getting there, getting better at it. And I've always gotten a lot of DMs and messages from other young girls and people my age saying that my advice videos help them. Today's video is going to be all about how to reinvent yourself when you're feeling lost and what to do when you're feeling lost. I feel like my audience is in the age range of teenage girls to girls in their 20s, maybe you're even older, but I feel like a lot of you guys will relate to what I've been going through. Late teens, early 20s crisis of what am I doing with my life? Just the stress, the anxiety, feeling lost. And you are not alone. I know a lot of you guys are starting to move out or go to university, leave behind your parents and starting adulthood, and it's like freaking scary. I moved out when I was like 15, 16, so I know it's scary. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on us at this age to kind of have your whole life planned out, to know exactly what you want. Past year of my life, I just felt like my whole world was falling apart and my life was just coming undone. I really feel like I lost everything, honestly. I didn't even know who I was anymore. So now I'm in this process with you guys on figuring out who I am again. I'm so sorry for this long ass intro. I have written out on my notes 5 simple steps to reinvent yourself after feeling lost. So let's go, ladies. First step is you want to write down what are your hobbies, what do you like. Time to figure out who you want to be. You want to reinvent yourself, but you also want to stay true to yourself. And also after so long of feeling lost, this is a really good little exercise to kind of jog your memory on who you are. And before I even planned on making this video, I had been doing this. I actually wrote down a bunch of questions for myself. I wrote down a little rebranding thing, and I wrote, who am I? What is my lifestyle like? What does my social media look like? What are my focuses for my job? What's my financial situation? What do I want to get out of this era in my life? And then in this book, I wrote down who am I? I just wrote a whole thing of random stuff. Sure, write down what job you want if you know. Just write down all the little things that make you you. Let me just give you guys an example. I didn't write this thinking that I would be sharing it with anyone, so this feels weird, but okay. My name is India Grace Housel. I am a sister, daughter, best friend, and a hot ex. I did not write this down thinking I was gonna be saying it in a video. I put I'm also funny as fuck. Oh my god, I didn't even remember I wrote this. I wrote this last week. I am a hot ex though, and I am funny as fuck. I'm charismatic, sweet, confident, and caring. I love my dogs, going to the farmer's market, catching flights to avoid my problems, long walks in the countryside. I love writing stories and romanticizing the most minuscule memories. I love cooking healthy food. I love Japanese culture. I love the colors lavender, lilac, light pink, and sage green. I love Taylor Swift and Olivia Rodrigo. I love eating a punnet of berries in one sitting. I really do. I love spending the day with my mom. I love candlelit baths and face masks. I love sitting in a coffee shop alone. Yeah, you get the point. Just anything, even if it seems small and stupid. Start writing down all the things you love. Your favorite color, your favorite season. I love the farmer's market. Literally the most random stuff. What do you like? Think hard. I know sometimes you're oh. It's one of those things. You know when someone says, oh, tell me about yourself, and then you completely forget who you are. I get that. But sit there and actually think about it. But yeah, write down everything about yourself. Get to know yourself again. This also kind of helps with, you know how some people, they don't know what they want to do with their lives in a job sense. When I was planning this video, I was talking to my mom, and she was like, people need to think of if all jobs made the same amount of money aside, what would you want to do? What do you enjoy doing? For me, something to do with cooking, modeling. I know I've always wanted to do that. Writing. I would love to be an author. Still a goal of mine. For example, if you love makeup and style, how can you monetize that? Because that kind of leads into my next step, which is, what does your lifestyle look like? So if you were to wake up tomorrow, you are your dream girl, living your dream life, you have your dream body, you have your dream job. Write down what a typical day would look like. What that would look like for me, it depends if it's a Saturday, because if it's a farmer's market day, that's completely different. I would write down like 2 different days of what a typical day could look like. I might have done this. Did I? Okay, I actually did this. I wrote this down. What is my lifestyle like? I love to wake up and cuddle my dogs or talk to someone that loves and cares about me, whether that's my mom or something. I then like to drink a glass of water, take my vitamins, and do my skincare routine. I'll be starting my day with reminding myself I am loved and cared about by others, but also importantly myself. Just start your morning, feel loved by other people, and then also do something for yourself. Do something to take care of yourself. Do your skincare routine, drink some water, take your vitamins, self-care. Next, I like to then get a fun drink, maybe a matcha, chai, cappuccino, black coffee. Then time to get to work. So I'd take a couple hours out to get some work done, whether that's getting ready and filming a video, editing, sitting at a cafe to write part of my book, answering emails or calls, going to a photo shoot or something. I'll get the work done, and then a little food time pick me up. I love eating food that tastes good, it makes me feel good. Maybe that's scrambled eggs with lots of salt and pepper, lots of fresh fruit. Then it's time for a hot girl walk. Time to get in some movement and some steps, clear my mind, be with my thoughts. Maybe I'd go to the gym, maybe I'll use the sauna or steam room, or I'll come home and take a nice long hot candle at bath, do a face mask, and go to bed. It's just an idea of a typical day. Obviously that's not going to be like every day, things will change. That's all just an example, but you want to really sit there and really envision what your life would look like. All the things that you love, all the things that you want. Are you a little Pilates girly? Wake up in the morning, you make yourself a little iced matcha, you study. Romanticize your life a little bit. Step 3 is also very important. Some may say superficial, I say important. What would I look like? What's your style? What does your body look like? Before people are like, oh, that's toxic, like talking about body or whatever. Your dream body, you can do it. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna say you can do it. Like, yes, of course you should be happy and learn to love the body you have now, but you should also know that if there's things you want to change, or if you still have a dream body and body goals, you are more than capable of working towards that. You can love yourself where you are and still strive for improvement. And it's something that I've been having to learn with myself at the moment, is I've been learning to love my body now, but it doesn't mean that I have to stay this way. It doesn't mean that I can't still have other goals. You know, I want abs. I'm young, I'm in my young 20s. Like, this is like the time to do all that, because it's also going to be the time where it's like easiest. It's only going to get harder from now. Instead of sitting here and being like, oh, well, I'm not capable of that, I just should learn to love myself now. Like, no, I can learn to love myself and still work really hard towards my goals. What is my dream body? How can I get it? Nothing's stopping me. Nothing. Does it mean it's going to be necessarily easy? No, but I'm very much capable of it. So what would I look like? What does my style look like? Go through your closet. To me is like the funnest step of the whole reinventing yourself. It's like style. Look at your style. It doesn't mean you go and spend a bunch of money on a whole new wardrobe. Just maybe look at 5 new pieces that you can save up for. Try and find affordable staples that go with everything. For me, a good quality, like good fitting pair of blue jeans, such a classic. A pair of black boots. I'm just thinking about the things that I want right now. I have some good jeans, but I need some black boots. What else do I need? Like, thinking of my shopping list right now. Yeah, just think about your style. And one thing I do really want to say, you decide who you want to be, no one else, not the people around you. Let's say if you grew up like normally being the quiet kid or whatever, and you're going off to university and you're sick of being quiet or shy, and you want to be a new person, you want to be the outgoing person, but you're kind of scared because I feel like when you've always been labeled as something your whole life, makes it harder to kind of steer away from that. That's why like university or moving out is like great, because it's almost like a fresh start, you know? But even if that's not the case, even if you're going to still be around all the people that you're normally around, they don't define who you are. You do. And if you want to change who you are, you can do that. If you want to dress differently to how the people around you are dressing, you can do that. I feel like fashion is something that's actually kind of like a lot more scary than it should be. Like, what I mean is I very much dress according to who I'm around. Most of the time when I'm in LA, I dress pretty casual and laid back, like jeans and t-shirt, sweatpants. Like, oh, I don't want to be like overdressed. I very much play it safe. I don't want to take like fashion risks. When I'm in New York, I'm gonna take fashion risks because 1, I don't know a lot of people there. 2, it's like the place for fashion. When I'm in England, I'm just mainly with my mom, and I know she's not gonna judge me, so I wear whatever I want. I usually dress a bit more girly, feminine, but I've always noticed that my style changes on who I'm surrounding myself with. I feel like when everyone around you dresses a certain way, it's easy to just get caught up and want to dress like everyone else, or it's scary to honestly dress not the same, to stand out a little bit. But think about, who do you want to be? What does her style look like? And if that's different than the people around you, so be it. Don't God, I'm so shitty at giving advice. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty. Think about what would you look like? What would your style be like? Plan it out. Step 4 is how can I work towards this? How can I start living as that person now? Well, the good part about this is you've already looked at what would your dream lifestyle look like. Start like implementing different things, who you are, what you like, what your lifestyle would look like into your daily life. You can start that now. So, you know, if your dream self has a really great body, works really hard, start going to the gym more, start going on long hot girl walks. Take a couple hours out of your day. I know you have it that you probably would be using on TikTok, but instead start using that time on getting work done, on bettering yourself, on becoming this dream girl that you want to be. If you want to be a YouTuber, you don't even have to start posting videos on YouTube right now. Start filming yourself and getting used to sitting in front of a camera and just talking. Start teaching yourself how to edit. Slowly over time, once you've built up a little bit of confidence, and start posting. If you want to get into modeling, start researching modeling agencies. Go out with your friends and start taking pictures. Get comfortable in front of a camera. My sister, although she's like living in New York and doing modeling stuff right now and has a part-time job as well, I know she wants to do something with coding. She takes time out of her day sometimes here and there to teach herself coding. Whatever you want, make time for. For me, like, I really want to start getting back into writing. So recently I've started going to coffee shops, taking time with my laptop and writing. Each day is a new day where you can start implementing small things into your life and start living like your dream self. And lastly, step 5 is how to stay consistent in your progress and not give up. Let me tell you this. During this process of finding yourself and trying to become your dream girl and trying to reinvent yourself, there might be slip-ups. There might be times where you start going back into your old ways, or if I skip a few days in the gym, or I haven't done any of my book planning and writing in like a few days, or I haven't like been filming my YouTube videos. As motivated as you are right now, there might be a time where you're not as motivated, you take a few days off, you slack a little bit, and one thing's for sure is that it's very easy for a few days to turn into a week, then a few weeks, then a month, or a little bit of slacking to become just completely not doing what you've been wanting to do. My best advice for this is to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself when you're not as on top of things as you want to be. Does that mean it's acceptable? No, it's not acceptable. But don't beat yourself up over it. The more time you spend dwelling on it or procrastinating, it's just the less time you're going to spend getting back into it. So, okay, you've fallen off for a few days, get back to it, make a plan. Don't let it get any longer. Most importantly, do not give up. And one other thing I do want to mention is it doesn't matter if you're motivated or not. A lot of people ask the question, how can I be motivated all the time? That's just not realistic. That's just not a thing. You're not going to be motivated all the time. Instead, what you need to be asking is, how can I get shit done even when I'm not motivated? Because the answer to that is discipline. I've always said this, discipline over motivation. You're just not going to be motivated all the time. It's just inevitable. It's going to be days where you get up, you don't feel like getting things done. And that's where success comes in, when you're disciplined. And I feel like it's actually the hardest time of your life to have discipline, because when you're growing up as a kid, you have your parents telling you what to do. You know, you can't just like skip school if you don't feel like it. Your parents are going to take you and you have to go. Whereas when you're at this like age of your parents don't really have much control over you anymore, and it's more of like you're in control of getting things done yourself, and things aren't going to get done if you don't have the self-discipline to do it. That's where it's like really hard. You have to learn self-discipline. You have to learn how to balance all these like temptations and opportunities. You know, it's easy to just for your friends to call you up and be like, oh, we're going out tonight, like come, even though you have like a huge essay to do the next day, or you've got work to do, or you should be staying in and getting an early night's sleep, or shouldn't be drinking. It's very easy to have all these temptations. And when you're young, you have your parents that can make the decision for you. Whereas when you hit this certain age, it's like a lot harder to make the right decision for yourself. So learning self-discipline, especially at this age, is like so freaking hard. But I've always like reminded myself, like physically I can do this. Like physically I can get myself up and go to the gym and work out. Sometimes you just literally got to switch your mind off. Your mind is the hardest thing. If you can master your mind, you can master anything. It's very true. Like if you don't want to study, physically you can open your book and start like studying. When I don't want to do something, I've just been like, okay, physically I can do this. Staying consistent is the only way to success. There's no quick fix. And you know, don't hate me for this, but I saw this like Andrew Tate video come up on my For You page earlier. I don't agree with a lot of things he says. Some things I agree with, some things I don't. Okay, so we're not gonna take out of this that I'm an Andrew Tate supporter, okay? But he has some points I agree with, and this is one of them. Some guy asked him, how can I get abs quick? And he said, why do you want it quick? If it was quick and easy, anyone would have it and it wouldn't mean much. But the reason why it's so desirable, why so many people want it, is because it shows hard work. It shows it took time, dedication, gratification. If anyone could have it quick, it wouldn't be desirable. He was like, your mindset's all wrong. He's like, when you search, oh, how can I get this quick, or how can I do this easy, that's where you're going wrong, is your mindset. You have to accept the fact that it's not going to be quick. You have to accept the fact that what you want might not always be easy. Still try and go for it anyway. But yeah, anyway, that is everything for this advice video. I really want to start doing more advice videos on my channel. They really help me as well, honestly. I always even like watch my old advice videos when I'm stuck in a rut and need help. But yeah, I know a lot of you guys are starting university soon, so hopefully this video is good for you. Hopefully it's good for anyone else who maybe is like moving out. No matter what age, hopefully this gives you guys some good advice and a little bit of motivation. But remember, motivation isn't everything, self-discipline is. Honestly, motivation is important to at least kickstart things and make a little plan. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what other advice videos you want to see. Bye guys!